What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Joe Smooth, and I'm joined here by,
Supernamic. What's up, everybody?
and we're going to be bringing you a Dragon Ball Super Episode 64 prediction video. So, the preview for Episode 64 had a lot of interesting things. You can start us off, Supernamic.
Um, yeah. So it showed Goku Black in Super Saiyan Rose, except his hair looked a little bit different. It didn't really look like that light pink that we usually see, or the medial pink. It was kind of like a violet hair, and he was basically making duplicates of himself. Now, I don't think he was using the multiform technique. Personally, I think that was more. It was kind of like a cloning, like Piccolo did against Frost. The reason I say that is because it showed blasts being shot at him. I assume those were Vegeta's blasts, and they were kind of just. And then he was just turning, diminishing, vaporizing, almost similar to what happened when Frost was going 360
And
in the
Blasting Piccolo.
tournaments. Yeah. So I think it's something more like that. Why is he doing that? Personally, I think that he may just be doing that to stall, because as we've seen, Vegeta is stronger than Black by a significant margin. I mean, he handled Black really well. For a second there, I actually thought he had Black when he punched him in the stomach. So I think he may be stalling something like that. And then later on, we see Goku Black with a scythe, not just a psionic blade, but like a psionic scythe now. And he's standing and Vegeta's standing, but Vegeta looks pretty chill, and they're basically watching something now. What do you think that was in the air?
I think it was. I can't really say for sure, but my guess is it's some kind of dimensional portal. And I know this sounds kind of out there, but we know this kind of stuff is capable from Dragon Ball characters, from since like Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks and Super Buu. And Black is a lot stronger than them, so he should be able to do it too. Why it's there, I'm not sure. Or this could be some kind of technique. I really have no idea.
Yeah, I was thinking when I saw it, since Black is going to be making clones of himself, maybe that's kind of. Remember how after Majin Vegeta died, Buu was like reforming, and it was going it was going like above the crater,
Yeah.
and there were huge blobs all over like an oval, and then he just formed into himself. It could be something like that. Like that's like all his aura, and it's kind of mixing it together. Next thing you know, we're gonna start getting like a bunch of blacks coming out of it, which will be cool. Yeah, it could be something like that. Now we also see Goku fighting with Zamasu, and it looks like it's a better battle here. It looks like they're pretty much going fist to fist. I don't really know what's up. It also looks like they've been watching, because it shows Goku and Zamasu stopping their fight to watch something. I think that they're going to be watching whatever Black is doing, and then after that, basically they merge, they fuse, and we see this Supreme God merge Zamasu.
Yeah. And this fusion, it's probably going to be very, very powerful if it stays true to how strong Patora fusion was in Z, which it should. This fusion should be very powerful. But interestingly enough, I noticed his aura, it was like rainbow colored. I don't know if that's anything significant.
Black's, wait, the fusion's aura?
Yeah.
It was kind of purple
I'm talking about when it first, like
in the
when he
picture.
first fused, like that scene where it showed him like with his hands out, similar to like the Frieza stance.
Oh, I don't know, because I have a picture of his face when he opens his eyes, and it's pretty much purple.
Uh, he had like a white aura. Like this is before he was like. This is like when they first showed him. He had like a whitish aura, and then it had like multiple colors. It's kind of weird. And then it showed with his face. It showed the purplish aura.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. It could be inconsistencies, because uh, I don't know, but lately the aura has been kind of weird. Like one episode you see, let's say for Super Saiyan Blue, one episode you see, or one shot you see looks kind of like just a pure blue aura, and then in another shot it's kind of like a white aura around them. We saw this a lot in this previous episode. It's kind of like a white aura, and the blue is around it. I don't know. It's something's weird is going on, but
Yeah. So
yeah, that's that. Now, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna ask if you had anything else to say.
Oh, my bad. I was just gonna say. Now let's. I guess we should get to the actual like
Prediction,
predictions, like not
yeah.
the shots, but like what's actually gonna happen. So you can start off.
All right, so I think the battle between Vegeta and Black, as well as Goku and Zamasu, will continue. But somewhere along the line, Black is gonna do something pretty interesting. Black or Vegeta, they're gonna do something interesting. We see Black is gonna do something with the clones, and then there's that strange portal-looking thing. And I think somewhere around then, Goku and Zamasu are gonna maybe stop their fight and watch what's going on. And from here, it's like mainly guessing because we didn't get to see what happened in between all of that and the fusion. But I'm assuming that Black and Zamasu are gonna get pushed or maybe even like being close to defeated, and then they're eventually gonna have to fuse. I think the episode is gonna end with the fusion. I'm not sure if we're gonna see the fusion fight.
I agree. I think maybe Black might continue fighting Vegeta and give Lan some hits because we saw Vegeta who he looked kind of scratched up in that one scene. And by the way, I just want to point out this predictions video. I mean, in the preview, the animation looked kind of sloppy in some shots. Like there was that shot of Goku and Zamasu looking, and it was pretty off model, and also the shot of Vegeta staring at Black. But I mean, there's just a couple shots. I don't think it will be a big deal. So, anyways, I think that Black will continue fighting Vegeta. I think, like I said, I think he may start to try to stall by using like maybe a multiform technique, maybe just recloning. Vegeta will probably blast all those away. They'll probably go at it. Meanwhile, Goku's going to be fighting Zamasu. Then Black is going to be doing once again what Black did personally. I think that could maybe just be the cloning, and then later on they're going to fuse. Now, I agree with you when you said that the fusion is going to be at the end of the episode. But let's just say there's a few minutes afterwards, or even if this is just 65, hell, I'll just predict that. What I think it'll be, I think Vegeta and Goku will probably both be the victims of the fusion. I think it's going to be kind of similar to how, remember that scene about base Goku and Vegeta against Buhan in Dragon Ball Z? Yeah. They're basically just trying to fly away, trying to fuse with the Potara rings, but they're being completely dominated, and they weren't really fighting directly. They were kind of, throwing some blasts, but then trying to get away. I think it'll be like that until they fuse into Vegito, and I think that Vegeta will overpower the Supreme God just because Vegeta is stronger than Black, and Goku is physically at least stronger than Zamasu.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I agree with that. And this is kind of predicting like a little bit further down the line, or not really predicting,
Yeah.
just wondering. I'm wondering if the fusion merge Zamasu will keep the ability Goku Black had to improve, like when fighting. I don't know. It's strange. Like to still be able to get stronger gradually, or if that counts as fighting Goku when fighting the fusion. It's weird. Just wondering.
Yeah. I'm not really sure. The thing about the fusion that a lot of people are wondering about is the immortality, actually, like whether the fusion will be immortal, because
Oh, I'm pretty sure it will. That's just my guess.
it's possible, but I mean, the thing is, remember, like, when you fuse, it essentially creates, like, a new being, like, with the Potara fusion, at least. So, I really don't know, honestly. We're gonna have to wait and see. I think it will, but we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah. I was just thinking of something for like for the fusion to be able to keep up with like Vegito. That's where the idea of like gradually getting stronger came from. Cause it's,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Well, the thing is that I think Vegito will be stronger. Like I said, Vegeta and Goku have to surpass Zamasu and Black for the most part, but also just because it looks as if obviously Vegeta and Goku are going to be fusing after Zamasu and Black, like as the counter, and usually the counter in Dragon Ball Z is stronger. The counter transformation. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So, is there anything else you had to say before we wrap up?
Um, no, really not. I mean, aside from the fusion and like probably those few minutes of Vegeta and Black going at it, I think that's it. Honestly, this could be an unpopular opinion, but I think that this episode will have some dialogue padding to it. Personally, I think that they're gonna start off. Maybe it could show some action, but I think it's gonna have like quite some dialogue padding before they transform. Like it's just Black and Zamasu talking.
Yeah, it would make sense too.
Yeah, just to like fill in the episode. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on.
Sure, bro.
All right, guys. So hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow Super Namek. Subscribe to him on YouTube. Follow him on Twitter and everything else. All right, guys. Your boy Joe Smooth out. Stay smooth. Peace.
My thoughts are like a bright symphony. I'm simply changing everything that I begin to see mentally. But physically I plan to change history with a pen, notepad, and a distant dream. But distance ain't an obstacle, that's too much. I'm closer than you think.